Tech Africa 3-hour era with me, Puleng Molebatsi, until 12 today. I hope Sunday is good. If it's not good, can we try and make it better, please? Thank you so much for waking up to us. Thank you so much for being a loyal follower of this station. We really truly appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Listen, it's all about talk, yes, but we promise to also accommodate those that love Sunday music, and we take pride in giving you all kinds of African sounds, so we don't leave no one behind. So what can you expect on the show this morning? We're going to be giving you the top trending tech news at the beginning of this hour, in a matter of minutes actually. Then we're going to be talking to Matthew Msingati, quite an inspiring story. And as I was going through his story, I started imagining of people that I know who went through similar experiences. And it's always when you're about to give up or when you feel like it's been too long that real magic begins to happen. So stick around. We're going to unpack what happened and how he found himself in that journey. And we'll also be talking about how to access tech learning and work opportunities. And moving along to our comment section, we have great conversations there around fintech. And later, I'm going to co-present with Tshego Koza, who's coming on just before we wrap up the show. And I'd like to just remind you to don't be shy. If you know people that are very good with innovation and are doing amazing, because we understand the the African context when it comes to building infrastructure, and having access, but also just having to spotlight these things. It's very rare, but not anymore. That's why we are here. That's why the station is here. That's why I am here. Let's use that wisely so that we grow the continent in terms of innovation. I'm so proud of the stories that have come up across the years, or throughout the years rather, of individuals that we've had on this platform. They opened my eyes to possibility, and I hope that it does the same for you as well. You'll find us on the DSTV bouquet as well as on OpenView channel. On the DSTV Auto Bouquet, you'll find us at channel 802, and on OpenView it's 628. And you can go here, www.channelafrica.co.za. That's our beautiful site. I love it. Just the other day I was bored and I went back to check it out. Isn't it just lovely? Love it. There's also the Channel Africa app that you can find on App Store, iStore, however you get your apps, you'll find it there, and the SABC Plus app. So don't say we are not anywhere. We are everywhere, literally all the time. It's 9:09 Central African time. A break, music, then quite interesting things happening in cybersecurity. We're going to unpack that on our top tech news after this.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mukwena@sabc.co.za. That's MOKOENATA at SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. 60 years of Channel Africa. Your trusted voice, your African perspective into the future. Puleng Molebatsi on Tech Africa as we spotlight the pioneers shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Back when I had no car, you still be riding for me. Back when I had no rubber, you still be spending feelings. Back when I had no boss, you still be standing me. Back when I had nobody, I had you. If you like, show me what you really feel inside. Let me kiss you on your lips. If you like, we can both decide. Baby, let me kiss you on your lips. Joke on me, I'm a joke on me. Joke on me, I'm a joke on me. Joke on me, oh, joke on me, back when I'm thinking for, now you they bring me back. Back when I don't get liver, now you they boost my morale. Back when I never go Yankee, but now you go run my visa. Eh. Back when the thing no sure, now you they give me joy. If you like, show me what you really feel inside. Let me kiss you on your lips. If you like, we can both decide. Baby, let me kiss you on your lips. Joke on me, I want joke on me. 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 Obio. Shake it.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Bamanyare subaromba male kawaba zeza amale wore bazeza male mitadi galadona ma wore galadona mala asanga bazenindo igagelo masayala kake baga keneye male take fisha ewa midanga tairi kasro tairi Bubakari soro tairi Ismaila soro tairi Salama soro kakanga bazeni kala amale
Double play this morning. We started that with a song called Like featuring Kiz Daniel, and it is by Eyanga and Davido. For some moment there, I felt, wait, I thought I heard Davido's voice. And the song is called Seya. And we're going to get into our top tech news just in a short while. It's 18 minutes past 9 Central African time. This one is quite a big story, really, with so many facets to it. We're going to give you as much information as we can. And it happened out in Bryanston in Johannesburg. My goodness. Let us take that break so we can get to it.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Ritmos e cultura. Com Jacob Tivani. E os ouvintes do Ritmos e Cultura, hoje em linha com uma das grandezas da música moçambicana, porque não? Ele que é um dos kings da marrabenta, uma bermuda in the building.
É um prazer enorme estar a fazer parte deste programa. Deixe-me só saudar. Boa tarde a todos os ouvintes que me ouvem neste preciso momento. Meu nome é uma bermuda, de Alau Fanelo Estarapo, gajo de água da Canhela é Mabiscato. Eu vou saudar de uma maneira diferente. Tita vuya mwanango, tiduma tifika giane. Tita vuya mwanango, tiduma tifika giane. Ani motive lo ababa yena otiva mina haikonama. Ani motive lo anona yena otiva wahimbo wadwa. Cá estou eu, irmão, para conversarmos, para falarmos um pouco de tudo. Estou aqui, estou aberto. Eu estou muito feliz porque é a primeira vez que eu falo nesta rádio, falo para os ouvintes, então estou muito feliz.
Ritmos e Cultura com Jacob Tivani. Todos os domingos, das 20 às 21 horas.
Puleng Molebatsi on Tech Africa as we spotlight the pioneers shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Yes, it is 9:20, so we're going straight into top trending tech news. Now, a multi-billion-dollar syndicate in South Africa. This happened on my birthday. How crazy is that? On the 27th of Jan, the South African Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, the Hawks, they led a massive raid in Bryanston and northern Johannesburg. The organization targeted an Israeli-based syndicate that's running a global investment and money laundering scam. Simultaneous raids across 7 locations shut down a major call center. Wow. Operation involved in butchering victims through fraudulent investment schemes. And law enforcement also arrested 31 suspects, including 6 alleged Riglanders and 25 call center agents during simultaneous raids at 7 locations in Bryanston, Randburg, and Centurion. And Joint Task Team, the 5-year investigation of that was a global effort involving the South African Hawks, Interpol, as part of the Operation Jokel, the UK National Crime Agency, and the US Department of Homeland Security. In terms of the court proceedings, the suspect first appeared in the Johannesburg Commercial Crimes Court on Wednesday, January 28th, facing charges of contravening the Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services, the FAIS Act. And the bail hearing is scheduled for the 4th of February this year. Quite shocking. I know sometimes when I go to my house, there's a big call center that I pass, and I'm sitting here thinking, was that also part of that? Crazy what happens behind closed doors. All right, let's go to, we'll take a song. We'll take a bit of a breather because that's actually quite intense. But when we come back, let us derive inspiration from our innovator story, and that is Matthew Msingati, who was unemployed for 9 years after obtaining his diploma in information technology from Walter Sisulu University. But he found himself not just a job and a stream of income, but also helping other people as well. We will talk to him shortly after this.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Sema hakuna cha bure, huo msemo tumeutafsiri kinyume. Hata shule kuingiza mtoto lazima utoe mchoto. Kupata simu ni bala, road license bei nafuu utanunua. Kupoteza ID ni mashaka, twarudisha jamhuri yetu nyuma. Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe ndugu, nenda Limuru. Hata nyumbani ukipatwa na majambazi, kupiga 99 masema sisi hatuna gari. Lete 5,000 ya petroli, zaidi ya utumishi. Mahakamani hela ndiyo haki, kwa 1,000 mshtakiwa ndiwe mshtaki. Utajiri huwa ushahidi, twarudisha jamhuri yetu nyuma. Jamani, nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka soda ewe inspector, burudika na Fanta. Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe mama, nunua Ketepa. Kenyatta, madawa zimeisha, mashiti za uzwa marikiti 100 kwa 100. Wafanyi kazi waenda miezi bila pesa, ni bahati ukitibiwa. Mzigo wetu unazidi kuwa mzito, watoto wane na mshahara wa 2,500 ya vitabu na viatu na vyakula. Nauliza na mbotela, je, huu ni ubwana? Nchi ya kitu kidogo, ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe ndugu, nenda Limuru. Nchi ya kitu kidogo, ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe mama, nunua Ketepa.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Come on, I want to say love me, Ginger.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. I need your loving, so fresh, so clean. Love me in and out, unfailingly. And I'll be down now. Anytime you call me, I'll be down. I'll be down. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly, we can fly in the sky in the night. Hold me in your arms and your love and your light. I'm on your wave right now. I'm on your wave right now, yeah. I'm on your vibe now. You got me on your side now, yeah. I'm on your wave right now, yeah. If not you, then I don't wanna know. I don't want no story. Day and night is unconditional. Got me living softly, yeah, yeah. Love me judge, love me tender. You know you love turn me up like Nepa. Anything you want and I'ma do whatever. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only, yeah, yeah. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly, fly in the sky in the night. Hold me in your arms and your love and your light. I'm on your wave right now. I'm on your wave right now.
All right, Miss Thames with Love Me JJ. It is 9:30, and we're going to go into that inspiring story of Matthew in a short while. However, this was a double play, and it will not be nice if I don't tell you the song that we took. I love it. I just wish I had an automatic translator. Immediately when I hear something, I can just quickly translate it in my head. It's called Nchi ya Kitu Kidogo, and it is by Eric Watrida, and it was released back in 2001. Don't you love it when music still sounds so good years later? You can expect that and so much more right here on Channel Africa, The African Perspective. Finally, we do have Matthew, and we are going to talk with him about how he found himself and was able to create that platform that has eventually then put him on a spotlight. All right, as I did mention a bit earlier on, that he was unemployed for about 9 years after obtaining his diploma in information technology from Walter Sisulu University in the Western Cape. However, he runs his own tech venture and has taught many people how to code through YouTube. Now, the coding content gained international traction, leading to global clients, including a Canadian tech startup that hired him to rebuild their mobile app. Matthew, how are you?
I'm fine, Puleng, and how are you?
I'm great. This is amazing.
Thank you so much, sister.
Tell me how something as disheartening as not being able to find a job, and it drains you, because there was a time also when I couldn't get a job immediately when I needed it, how that was able to help, put you in a position where you found something that worked for you. And it's amazing because it's as if when the time is right, you make up for all those years where you just wanted to have something in your bank account in a short space of time, but it comes with many other great things. How did this turnaround moment happen?
Okay. First of all, I would like to give you a brief story of my life in terms of the
Yes.
upbringing, because
Okay.
because I would like to believe the story or the history or the disadvantaged background that we come from, somewhat magically God made it that way. It shapes us and makes us who we are. So I'm coming. I was born in Dimbaza, in Eastern Cape, around King Williamstown. Coming from a very, very, very disadvantaged background. When I'm saying this, what can I say, from the bottom of my heart. First of all, I'm the product of a denial, meaning that my father, for some reason, just say I'm not his kid, and there was no reason. So, growing up as somebody who has a bit rejected, that situation made me to, what can I say, to make a pledge to myself that I owe myself to become the greatest of all time. I need to figure it out. How am I going to make it? Knowing very well that God will help me to make it. So I'm coming from that background. And then when I finished my high school, the first thing that I didn't do on grade 12, I didn't attend the matric farewell because my mother didn't afford. Secondly, the history repeated itself. When I was in varsity, I didn't attend the graduation. When it was the graduation day, I was in King Williamstown selling CDs and films that I did myself, simply because I didn't want to stress my mother about the gowns and everything. So I'm coming from that background. So when I graduated when Walter Sisulu University, I applied in every company you can mention, and the answer was always the same: no work experience. So I even applied via WhatsApp. I remember at some point I volunteered to work for free for a company, but I didn't get the answer. So the strength to endure that period comes directly from my disadvantaged background.
I smiled a bit there when you're talking about missing your graduation. I didn't attend my graduation either. Not because I was intentionally avoiding it, but I can understand about timing, when things happen and it's just not the time, so that's what I could gather from that background that you gave us. But quite amazing there in terms of the resilience that you've built. So when you started the YouTube channel, did you expect to see so many young people interested in learning about the skills that you share?
Puleng, it's very, what can I say? It's very accurate and true that water seeks its own level. We always gravitate towards who we are, not our aspirations and what we want. I think in terms of the law of attraction, people will say you attract what you are, not what you want. So that's exactly what I mean. So the channel came as what can I say? as a low point in my life, as a rock bottom where I was like, okay, fine. I've been in Joburg. I have slept outside the streets of Joburg. I have slept in hospital, wanting to make my dream, and it didn't happen. So meaning that I was in Joburg applying to tech companies, but for some reason it was not the right time. So I was like, let me just go home and see what do I want to be. I remember my sister asking me when I was coming back, he asked, what do you want? You know, what do you want to be? The answer that I gave her, it resonated with me, like up until now. I told her that I want to create my own Facebook. I was helping her to understand it from a non-technical background. I couldn't tell her that I'm gonna start my fintech and my tech startup. She was not going to understand those terms. So I said to her, I want to start up my own Facebook. So the channel came about as a place of no hope, helplessness, and trying to become myself and staying true to who I am.
I mean, so also after those years, why did you think that would be a way out? Because it's still not very clear, going on YouTube.
Okay. Sometimes God want to reveal himself to show you that if you are obedient enough and you what can I say, you listen to him and allow the circumstances to shape you. So I'm trying to say, I also didn't know if this will turn out this way. I was hopeless, but the best thing I did, I just kept on and I continued. So I started it as sharing my graphic design knowledge, as I have got a lot of experience in graphic design. And as time goes by, the YouTube gained traction. Obviously, I have uploaded 400 videos without monetization, without anything coming up. Somewhere, somehow, a guy, which I still thank him for what he did, from Canada, he approached me after my own viral tech video, and he was interested in me in various ways. What the guy did, he even sent me some sort of money without even, what can I say, without even me asking for it. He was just thanking me for my time for talking to him, because when you are a giver, when you are about helping people, it's your nature, you can't help it. So I couldn't understand why he was thanking me with 1,000 rand just for advising him. To me, I felt like it's something that I have to do. And he said, no, 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 you are a giver, my friend. Let me give you something. So as we communicate with him, we got acquainted, and he said to me, look, I'm going to commission you to build this application for me. It's a React Native application. It's a mobile app. And that's how things started. And my life has been better ever since.
Amazing. So when did you start then noticing the interest that was towards your channel from specifically tech companies? Was it through that conversation, or eventually when someone said, actually, your time is money?
I think, first of all, with YouTube, it has been designed in such a way that, what can I say, there are some algorithms. Obviously, one might feel like those algorithms, they are there for YouTube to make money. I understand that's one part of it, yes. But I realize that if you get into YouTube, those algorithms, they are helping you to understand what people like from you. As human beings, we might think that we are one-sided. This thing comes from me to the world. But I realize with my own experience that no. A part of me is outside the world. For instance, if I've got something here, I won't see it, but you, Puleng, if you see me, you can tell me, look, there is something that is going to disturb your eye, or this simply means that a part of me is outside. I am not just me alone. So what YouTube gave me clearly in terms of its algorithm, it showed me what is special about me, something that I didn't know. For instance, I am someone who's very well explained. I like explaining myself. I like breaking down concept. If you ask me a simple question, I always give you 3 pages of an answer. So YouTube, through its own algorithm, showed me that there are people who are international who like your explanation. So that's how it redefined me. So YouTube has helped me to understand something about myself, which I didn't know. I didn't know I was a teacher or somebody who likes to share knowledge. So YouTube helped me to understand something that I didn't know about myself. So people showed interest on me on something that I didn't know if it was there. It's like a gift that I didn't recognize.
So what does your company specifically specialize in?
Okay. Let me also teach young Africans out there. When I was starting in the midst of that 9-year dark life of my dark soul period of my life, I could say I was busy with other little things, but I was obsessed with starting a company. In between, I think I have registered on CIPC more than 5 companies, and they all dismally failed. So when you are asking me, what is your company doing? I want to specifically say that it's not a company, it's a personal brand. I tried registering companies, business plan. For some reason, those companies didn't make money and they didn't pick up, you know. So things started to happen for me when what can I say? I think when I went to the world with who I am. So first of all, it's some sort of a personal brand. So how did this personal brand linked to a tech startup? So this idea has been with me for the longest time.
Yeah.
I've been using Sage Accounting, Xero, all the accounting system as a freelancer or a general public. You don't understand those accounting terms. So I always wanted to make a tech startup or an accounting system that makes things simpler for small businesses, people like me who don't want complicated financial statement, but who only want to create an invoice and a quotation. So this is finance. It's you can get it on finance.com. It's just a platform for freelancers and small businesses to create codes and invoices. That's what it does in its core.
So I just want to get to timing as well. We're running out of time. So I just want to get to why you still teach coding for free. What drives you to still pursue this?
Okay. In closing, I would say, Puleng, some people are lucky in life to find their own paths and their careers. They find it. They search for it and they find it. But some of us, things don't work out that way. Our careers find us. YouTube and teaching found me. So that's why I'm still continuing. I realized that this is what I want to do. This is who I am, and this is the only place where the international market see value in me. So it's something that I do it from the bottom of my heart, and that's why I'm stuck in here. And I would like to believe I will be here for as long as I live, teaching people for free.
Okay. And where can people get this? Of course, it's on YouTube, but how do we search for you?
Okay. I am Matthew Msingati. You can search me on YouTube. The platforms that I have, I've got Coded Design on YouTube, and I've got finance.com. You can search it on Google, and also I am available on Udemy. I teach on Udemy as well as Matthew Msingati. But if you search Matthew Msingati on Google, you will find me.
Okay. Thank you, Matthew. And may you continue to be the greatest that you are. You really are.
Thank you so much, Puleng.
Okay. That was Matthew Msingati, a tech founder and entrepreneur. Says he told himself at some point that he's going to be great, and he's great, and we love it. It is at 9:45 Central African Time. More great tech conversation following after this.
Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram, or On X at Channel Africa One. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa One. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need. On the web, Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Czar. It's you, me, us. Girl, it's you, me, us. I'm in the mood, baby, I'm in the mood. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me from loving you. Nothing can stop me, cause I don't fall for you. It's you, me, us. Say, girl, it's you, me, and us.
Yeah, yeah. Imali zami sithandwa sama nginasikhathi nakoma nginawe ngijabula sithandwa ngizohlala ngenza iplan hleze ngibuza bomalume ukuthi umuntu ofana nawe uthandwa njani bathi angithumela inkomo ngifisa ngathi ngakunike sakhe isibaya welele mameshanewe ntombenhle nayo welele angikuzile ngawe inhliziyo ayimameli angangithanda umofesh azakhuluma ngelistress nyaza uswani nenonsense kodwa uyiphanthula ngepressure nabadwadla nge-35 ubatambise nge-Chanel kodwa ngiyithembile lifestyle izongenzisa amakhelesho
It's Swavy and Young Stunner on the song called Us. Now we're going to get into this one at just 11 minutes before top of the hour, 10 o'clock Central African time. Now, International Data Privacy Day takes place every year on the 28th of January. The purpose of the Data Privacy Day is to raise awareness and promote privacy and data protection best practices. These days initiatives focus on raising awareness amongst businesses as well as users about the importance of protecting the privacy of their personal information online, particularly in the context of social networking, with the educational focus, and has expanded over the years to include families, consumers, and businesses. Now we are talking to John Chinzeki, cybersecurity expert, data governance leader, and president of the Zambian Cybersecurity Initiative Foundation, about the importance of data privacy and the threats to data protection. Good morning.
Morning, and it's a pleasure to connect and speak to the listeners on the importance of this very important but usually neglected and ignored topic, because most people do not really care about the data they put out online.
Oh, true that. And we put a lot. And sometimes the end goal is to kind of get a following or traction or la 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 la. So it never really, we don't get to the backstage part of it.
Exactly. That's it's the biggest problem, because I think we tend to really be so insensitive to the information that we put out there, the location, birthdays, our children's photos, the day our children are born, our checking at the airports, and a lot of things that we do privately. We tend just to want to like show off. Sometimes it's, I think, excitement being online, sometimes validation, amongst your colleagues. Maybe you want to kind of show them that the John that you knew years back is no longer the same one. I'm now upgraded. I'm now flying around the world. I'm at the airport. I'm doing this. I'm looking like this. And we put out too much. And we tend really not to really understand the danger that comes with putting out so much information that is so private in nature on the internet. I think excitement kicks in. I think most at the center of everything that we do, like getting also likes and followers and comments. I think we tend really to be so much hungry for likes, and in the process, we actually risk our own privacy and invite unsolicited. You see, this is unknown, actors and characters in our privacy without actually us knowing that we actually open the door wide for them to enter our spaces and get to use our data.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. But when we look back over the last 10 to 15 years, how has data security improved globally?
Yeah, I think there's been an improvement. I think we had projected that by the year 2020, we're supposed to have at least had about 4 billion cybersecurity experts helping securing personal data. And that number was not attained because I think a number of young people that are going to university to start cybersecurity, practical cybersecurity, offensive cybersecurity, the number is quite still small. And so the number, I think we didn't even get 1 million as at the same year that we mentioned the projected that year. So over the last 15 years, there was also, like, social media was not an in thing. It wasn't so public. It wasn't so very much with us. And mostly we kept information mostly to ourselves. We kept information in our diaries, in our books, and, in our computers. And now with technology advancing, Facebook coming now, blowing out of proportion, we now have LinkedIn, we have Twitter, which is now X. Platforms just became publicly accessible by everyone who had a smartphone. The internet became cheaper and affordable in most parts of the world, like in Zambia. Internet is very cheap. Very cheap. I mean, even a young boy can afford that. It's just 1 gigabyte of data bundles. And so over the years now, when the institutions, the governments noticed that a huge number of people who are offline are now online. They have migrated. Everything is being done online. Also, we're catapulted also further by the dawn of COVID-19. COVID-19, because it pushed a lot of people from the physical spaces. Today, we are on this call here doing a video conferencing call, which was not the case before. That time, it was so popular. Working from home was not it's a big thing. It is now a big thing because COVID actually that's accelerating this particular issue of moving away from physical, working styles to online. And we have a lot of people that moved online. People are selling things online, trading online and everything else. Even the scammers also moved to online places. So that, I think, now is what brought about governments to come up with laws, policies, legal frameworks aimed at keeping the online spaces that have become accessible to every person, secure, and private for those that are using them. And a lot of policies have come up. I think in Zambia, we have the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Acts. There are 2 now, Data Protection Act, and I've seen quite a number of other countries also did the same thing. They also brought in the same laws. I think they domesticated what was enacted at the AU level, like it's continental level. I think most of that came from the GDRP, the GDPR, from the UK. Then they got, I think, components from there, tried to domesticate and created scenarios that are focusing on the localized, context of the law, and that's why we have seen now at least the BC. So there have been interventions in African countries, in terms of putting policy, because policy is the first step in the right direction of putting together security, measures in protecting data and everything else. So policy was put together, and then we also saw the curricula changing in universities. Training cybersecurity now became an in-thing. Degrees now are introduced. Some were just components of the main computer science degree courses. Now there's a full degree on cybersecurity. We saw the dawn of companies such as EC Council, ISC Squared, who then intensified in training cybersecurity experts around the world, with a number of our own people, becoming graduates of those in particular courses, certified in cybersecurity, certified ethical hacking, and many other, cybersecurity related professions that then assisted in building human capital vis-a-vis legal framework to try and create security for data. And then now we have policies that also, and organizations are now also domesticating policies in terms of how do you bring in your own device from outside. Okay, they bring on device policies, the social media policies, the even accessibility issues of sharing information across, in organizations. Everything also, so everything has advanced in terms of all that. In fact, now we've seen the dawn of virtual private networks where we interlink organizations together, and all that also itself, security comes into play, and that now had to bring in the aspect of employing, qualified manpower in these institutions to help secure data, because data is secure from the top, is secure from the bottom to the bottom as well. So those are interventions that I think have been made in the last 15 years thereabout, and they're still growing and going. And the last couple of years, I think now about 16 countries have had their national AI strategies and policies, developed and launched, which is now also pushing into the same direction of data protection and data privacy, as it were, because now with the dawn of AI, we can talk about sophisticated techniques that are easily created using AI tools that I think we've seen around the internet. We have seen a lot of phishing links that can be created easily even by just a script kiddie. We don't really need so much cybersecurity skill today to create tricks to scam our unsuspecting targets. So all that put together, it has just been an evolving thing. And today we are here talking about data safety and protection, data privacy protection, which is now the in thing, because data is the new gold. And if we don't secure data, we are giving power to companies that are resurrecting from without and starting to grow from without, exponentially. Just based on people's data. We have seen how some companies really have built big buildings, offices, just praying people's private data, our birthdays, this. We've seen the likes of applications such as Truecaller, TeamViewer, those that thrive on available data. TeamViewer, I think, has been Truecaller has been around for over 10 years, and you can see how Truecaller actually has grown as a company just simply by preying on the data that we keep in our phones. Okay, they make our calls look nice. When somebody with a strange number calls you, the name pops up where they work and everything else. Now they are advancing. Now they even put location, where you work and everything else. Now they are linking even to Facebook and WhatsApp and everything else. Now we see companies such as Meta and many others that are building mobile applications, putting mandatory, permission requirements for them to allow you to install their applications on devices. So we've seen all of that, and we've also seen a little bit of awareness campaigns that have been popping up here and there. A few companies are doing a lot, doing their best. Governments are doing their best, but mostly governments, they don't invest much in awareness. So it's now civil society organizations like ours, private sector, who now are supposed to take up this mantle. And I think we've been in forefront fighting, for data protection, data privacy, informing the people from time to time on radio, on TV. But you see, it all comes down to what you choose to consume.
John, unfortunately, we've come to the top of the hour, and I have to cut our conversation short, but quite informative there. Unfortunately, we can't proceed beyond this time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for talking to us this morning.
Bye. Good day.
All right, and that was John Chinseki, cybersecurity expert, data governance leader, and president of the Zambian Cybersecurity Initiative Foundation, just opening our eyes there about what is happening when we just passively send, share, upload, promote, whatever that we've been doing, not knowing that there's actually a big machine that's collecting and using that without our full consent. It is 10 o'clock. Let's go to the news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Your headlines. SADC says its disaster response team in Mozambique is still struggling to reach communities, and thousands of people, many of them veterans, have taken part in a silent march in Denmark. Good morning, I'm Nosipho Zuma. SADC says its disaster response team in Mozambique is still struggling to reach communities that recent floods have cut off. More than 600,000 people have been affected in Gaza province, with over 10,000 square kilometers still submerged. Leader of the SADC team, Lesotho's Brigadier General Chere Mageta, says many areas remain inaccessible, making it difficult to assess the extent of the damage.
The ground is still submerged underwater. We cannot actually assess kind of damage that we want to assess so that we can respond positively. However, the first mission was to save life, which is what we did what we are continuing to do. We saved them, rescued them from that area, took them to a certain place and started providing humanitarian needs and all the stuff. That is the first thing that we are doing currently.
Morocco has deployed army rescue units to help with the evacuation of thousands of people after floods triggered by torrential rains and rising river levels hit parts of the country's northwest. A national flood follow-up committee says heavy rainfall combined with water releases from a full dam nearby increased water levels in the Locos River and flooded several neighborhoods in the city of Gasa Kibir near the capital Rabat. More than 20,000 people had been moved to shelter and camps by Saturday. Family members of those killed by a catastrophic mine collapse in the Democratic Republic of Congo have expressed shock as the true scale of the disaster becomes clear. Officials in North Kivu province say more than 200 people died at the Rubaya mine on Wednesday. The mine gave way due to heavy rains. Women and children were among those mining coltan, a mineral used to manufacture electronics such as smartphones and computers. The BBC's Paul Njia reports.
A man who lost his cousin in the landslide told the BBC he was still in disbelief, describing his relative as a courageous and ambitious man. Officials have said the fragile nature of the ground made it impossible for it to withstand heavy rains. But a former supervisor has admitted that the site is poorly maintained, pointing to a lack of robust measures to prevent accidents. The Rubaya mining site, which is controlled by the M23 rebels, holds about 15% of the world's coltan supply.
The Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency in Gaza says at least 30 people, including women and children, have been killed in a wave of Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip on Saturday. The agency says that in one attack, helicopter gunships hit a tent sheltering displaced people in the southern city of Khan Yunis. The BBC's Dan Johnson has the details.
People in Gaza described these strikes as the heaviest since Donald Trump announced the second phase of the ceasefire. Blocks of flats and a Hamas police station were hit in Gaza City. Prisoners, police officers and children are among the dead. Further south, 7 members of the same family are reported to have been killed when a helicopter struck the tent they were sheltering in. One man said it felt like war had returned to Gaza. Israel's military says the strikes targeted Hamas leaders after an incident yesterday in which troops spotted 8 gunmen leaving a tunnel in Rafah. 3 were killed and a Hamas commander was arrested.
And finally, thousands of people, many of them veterans, have taken part in a silent march in Denmark. They are protesting against U.S. President Donald Trump's comments that downplayed the role of troops from other NATO countries in Afghanistan. Earlier this month, Trump said Denmark's soldiers had stayed a little off the front line during the conflict. The protesters marched to the U.S. Embassy in Copenhagen. A recap of your top story. Family members of those killed by a catastrophic mine collapse in the Democratic Republic of Congo have expressed a shock as the true scale of the disaster becomes clear. Officials in North Kivu province say more than 200 people died at the Rubaya mine on Wednesday. Now, for any stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Nusi Posuma.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Coding, creating, transforming tech in Africa. Your Tech Pulse. Log on to www.channelafrica.co.za.
Okay, it's the second hour of Tech Africa this morning. Still here until 12 midday today. The second leg is all about the good that's happening in the tech space. Really, in our top tech trending news, we spoke about how cybersecurity is running rampant, with people even running two big major call centers to push crime. Imagine. So we thought, okay, the second hour, then let's focus on the good that happens with AI, just so we can balance the equation. That was Nosipho Zuma with the 10 o'clock news. She's back again at the top of the hour, 11 Central African time. It is 7 minutes past 10 Central African time. Do get in touch with us on social media so that we know what's in your mind. Because when we know, we'd know what to know. What to do. So today on Tech for Good, which happens just around 20 past 10. So stick around. If you have to go make tea, make sure by then you are done. Or if you must do both, put your headsets on. So that you don't miss a thing. We're going to be looking at an NGO that's called Giving Them Wings, and we're going to talk to the CEO and founder of that non-profit organization that adopts school in the Western Cape. And then later we're going to be talking all things automation rather. And we'll be talking to Sheila Ditsheho, who is a solution consultant, designing bots and the likes to help online businesses automate. It's one of the things that I'm actually really curious to do. If I had a couple of hours to spare in a day, that's what I would do, in addition to many other things that I'm doing. We're going to take a break. And then, of course, that conversation is coming your way.
Este é o Caleidoscópio de Canal África.
A situação do ativista angolano Serrote José de Oliveira, preso desde julho, tem gerado grande preocupação internacional. Conhecido como General Nila e presidente do movimento União Nacional para a Total Revolução de Angola, Serrote iniciou uma greve de fome em protesto contra a sua prisão, que considera arbitrária. De acordo com a Amnistia Internacional, o estado de saúde do ativista está a deteriorar-se rapidamente devido à falta de acesso a cuidados médicos adequados. Para discutir o impacto deste caso e o estado da liberdade política em Angola, vamos conversar com Dito Dale, ativista e defensor dos direitos humanos.
Nós estamos diante de uma clara estratégia de aniquilar o jovem, porque quando uma pessoa está doente, deve ser assistido. Ao não proporcionar esses cuidados médicos, o que é que o regime quer? Não quer que esse jovem saia livre e com vida da prisão, quer matá-lo.
De segunda a sexta-feira, das 20 às 21 horas locais, este é o Caleidoscópio do Canal África.
Tech Africa. The African Perspective.
Chimuleka bana bange mutumame
mama mwachini na mutima wokwirizana nipe patikane na mutima wotandizana bazatuyo imwe anzatu baziko ye pano baziko nipe patikane na mutima wokwirizana nipe patikane na mutima wotandizana Tabela mama Wamene matipa salama Tabela mama Natimawo Wamene matipa salama Tabela mama Kutitieneka kumkani sana pino na anzatu Tabela mama Kutitieneka kumkani sana pino na vantu Tabela mama Natimawo Wamene matipa salama Tabela mama Natimawo Wamene matipa salama
The rhythm of Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective. On Tech Africa, as we spotlight the pioneers, shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Initiating rage process.
Wine up for me, slow down for me. Get boo. Only while on show me, I'm on dance for me. Dance for me. Girl, you the best. Girl, you the best. All over me, all over me. Need you in my bed, need you in my bed. Take time for me, take time for me. Girl in my place, there's no other place. Oh, I don't decrease, girl I don't decrease. Oh, you're Belinda, your waist, it be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, you're Belinda, no stress. Oh, you're Belinda, your waist, it be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, you're Belinda, no stress me. Onjo kisa. Everybody ain't me trouble. That no visa. Open like shot, kilo bade. And maybe fine like Beyonce. Back at big cardi, kill a mache. Take time for me, bro. Take time for me. Time for me. My Anthony,
the grace. Girl, I don't the grace. Your Belinda, your waist. It be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Your Belinda, no stress. Your Belinda, your waist. It be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Your Belinda, no stress. Oh, she don't, we go dinner. Carolina. See, I don't be waste your time, Olina. Money they for pocket, get more moolah. Kaloma loga driver, yeah. Maluma shala, yeah. Kamalova away, oh baby. Need you in my bed. Rotate time for me. Girl in my place. There's no other place. Oh, I don't the grace. Girl, I don't the grace. Oh, your Belinda, your waist. It be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, your Belinda, no stress. Oh, your Belinda, your waist. It be like cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, your Belinda, no stress.
And it's called Mozwile by Mukumba at this point. And it is 17 minutes past 10 Central African time. We also played You Tavela Mama this morning. So we are going to have my guest on the other side of this short break that we're going to take, and here is where we say that this is a communal conversation that we must have, where I think at this point of the show we don't want to say, yeah, but it's for coders, it's for entrepreneurs, it's for what, it's for e-commerce. This is a communal conversation. In my language we call it lekoko, which is where we gather under a tree and we share stories, right? It's called Tech for Good. So at this point is where we say communities, villages, where everybody knows everybody's business in a good way, is where we grow together. It's when one sees a need and say, what can I do with the platform, with the clicks, with the likes, with the shares that I get, to see how I can amplify perhaps a challenge or a need in my community, so I can invite other community members so that we can do so good and help so many people. And that way we can do the same thing for other communities, depending on what their needs are. So that's what we call Tech for Good at this particular time of the show. So we do invite you to be part of the community of givers, of innovators that are targeted and geared towards coming up with solutions towards a need. It's not always profit driven. It is, however, empowerment, upliftment, and growth driven. It doesn't matter how big or small, we want to hear all about it. Let us know. You can just go onto our DMs at Channel Africa 1 and tell us what you are doing to empower, to grow, to do better for the next person. And we want to hear about it and share about it. I come across people who say, this is what I do, but I'm shy. Okay, fine. Maybe bring someone else that can talk about it on your behalf. That's still okay. It doesn't mean you don't deserve the spotlight, and would love to share it. Let us take a break now. We get into our Tech for Good for this week after this.
Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K,
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Tech Africa on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
And in today's Tech for Good, we are spotlighting environmentalist Sia Nzumba for his passion for eradicating food insecurity through, who's also a founder and CEO of Giving Them Wings Foundation, a non-profit organization that adopts schools in the Eastern Cape for sustainable living projects. Through his work, Sia has become an award-winning environmentalist recognized nationally for his work in food security, recycling, and environmental education. Some of his achievements include the Wesa National Youth Award that he won in 2021, 40 under 40 as a finalist in the environmental category in 2023. Sia has extended his work by leveraging his TikTok platform to reach and teach communities how to create sustainable food projects. Sia, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me on your program on this wonderful Sunday morning. How are you? Are you good?
I'm okay. Can't complain.
Awesome. Thank you for that nice introduction.
Did you like it?
Just very flattering. Thank you.
Sia, tell us about the Giving Them Wings Foundation. What exactly do you guys do there?
Giving Them Wings Foundation really started 12 years ago, where I was volunteering at township schools as an individual. And I sort of picked up the challenges around food security, around poverty, and what poverty meant for learners in the classroom. And also, one of the other challenges was waste. Schools dealing with an extraordinary amount of waste generated in schools, and also illegal dumping sites around schools. And I really wanted to play a role to fight these issues. So I started a program in one of the schools, and it was a food gardening program and a recycling program. And it did really well. We were able to sustain it for a short period of time. And then as it grew, we realized, it's like raising a child. The more it grows, the more it demands. And the project really needed more resources. We needed water tanks. We needed resources. We needed tools. That's when I went further to investigate legitimizing a nonprofit. And that's how Giving Them Wings was born. And it really ballooned from there. It started with one school, and we went to another school, and then another school, and the program grew from school to school. We are now operating in the Eastern Cape, and we are operating in Gauteng. We have a school in Katlehong that we work with, Marijaneng, and we have other schools around Tembisa that we support periodically. But we are mainly focused in the Eastern Cape, in Gqeberha, where we operate in about 30 to 35 schools.
I just want to talk about the incorporation of social media and what that has done for your movement.
Yes. Social media is a very important tool in the work that we do, because the work that we do relies on public support, whether it is financial, whether it is time, volunteering. So it's social media becomes a nice way of communicating with what we're doing with the public and the importance of what we're doing. We've learned along the way how to use platforms, what not to say, what to say, how to share pictures, also the privacy and the protection of, because we work with kids, we work with learners in schools. It's very important to be aware of all the components of social media. But in general, social media is a huge part of the work. My team and I actually dedicate a day in the week for social media content creation and building our platforms on the social media.
I like the fact that you're mentioning the how part, because even this is a question I asked last week around this feature, to say we are sharers and we want to share the good, but there's laws that govern these people that we serve, because we serve them with, and we myself am involved because this is collaborative. I get to hear what you
Yes.
do. We also have to share it on YouTube and probably have to share
Yes.
it on social media. There's a big responsibility around serving people with dignity, their
Absolutely.
dignity. And it's
Absolutely.
important that you mentioned the how part, being cognizant of how and what you share, not at their expense, but also you also want to spread this work that you do. How have
Absolutely.
you been able to achieve that, in that this that you're doing has been able to kind of spread then to other communities, using the reach that you have?
You know, a lot of learning has taken place around how to operate social media and how to use it as a tool. I'll give some examples. You know, we do our service is for young people. We mentor young people in food gardening, in recycling, in waste management. These are areas that are important for young people to learn early on. So when we incorporate our work onto that social media space, we do receive a lot of criticism because some people interpret it in their own way. We've had a lot of criticism of why we use kids to work in school gardens, why we use kids to participate in cleanups. A lot of that has come from social media. But you know, research from the World Economic Forum, from other bodies, tell us that when young people grow vegetables, they are more likely to eat vegetables than the child who has parents buying vegetables at the shops. When kids participate in external programs that involve touching soil, etc., they are more in touch and more grounded. There was a study that was recently done of the uses of gardening on mental health, for example. So these are all challenges that, or these are all aspects of our work that are usually challenged in social media, but it gives us the platform to educate people further.
Yeah.
It gives us the opportunity to engage with people to say, actually, no, this isn't child labor. What our schools are telling us is that kids who participate in these programs display changes in behavior even in the classroom. Kids who participate in cleanups come to school with more information about the dangers of having litter outside. You know, we work in communities where kids, unfortunately, without awareness, will pick up something at a dumping site and it looks edible. They taste, they eat. We had a case last year where a learner passed away actually from picking something up at a dumping site. So when we expose this work on social media through all of our platforms, we get to educate people on the importance of why we educate kids from a very early age. So I think that is a very important aspect that people take for granted. A lot of things, the downside of social media is that everything happens so quickly. I always say this to the kids: you're swiping up, you're swiping down, and a lot of things happen so quickly that you take information for granted. So part of our work with social media is slowing people down in their responses to social issues and making people understand the nitty-gritties of participation and ownership.
Absolutely. So, and then the question that then this brings is, I mean, your team have their work cut out for them, especially where children are involved. Because it's always a touchy, sensitive subject. How do you filter
absolutely.
the noise, because you might end up spending hours trying to justify why you're showing children.
Absolutely.
When you could actually
you
just
are
be doing the
right.
job.
You are absolutely right. So as a personal preference, there are platforms, and I'm not going to mention, there are platforms that I stay away from because I've found that, as you put it, there's so much noise that, you'll find that you're actually spending time defending yourself rather than doing the awareness that you want. There are platforms. For example, TikTok has been an amazing educational platform, and also as well as Instagram, platforms that are more positive, that where people actually receive the messages that you are trying to convey. A lot of people on social media really just try to, be funny for the sake of likes and trending. So we've learned for us which platforms work and which platforms don't work. So that's really important, and identifying where your people are. I always say that I have a tribe on my social media, and you'll find. Oh, sorry, let me switch off my phone. Yeah, so it's important to know where to look for the platforms that work for you.
It's okay, see, just attend to your phone. You can put it on silent or yes, switch it off. We're speaking to Sia this morning on Tech for Good. It's Sia Ntumpa from the movement, Giving Them Wings. Are you back now?
I'm back. I'm so sorry about that.
All good. Okay, Sia. So, with the traction that you have given, I'm sure the end goal is to grow it bigger in terms of garnering support on your side, so that it's easier than to reach and be able to grow this movement. Just curiously, I wonder, then is it important, and I'm hoping this also will help someone who's running something similar or something different, but using places like Facebook to kind of grow instead of just sharing for the sake of sharing and bringing awareness to what they do. Is it better to delete negative comments? Does it affect you on the other side, who is trying to see maybe they can get a funder or other people to adopt the schools? Because then you don't know, do they go to the comment section to check what people are saying and stuff like that?
From my experience, and it's a great thing that you've mentioned funders, some of my partners have come to us after seeing our social media. We've worked on a very small project with one of the national banks in the past, and the regional manager saw us on Instagram, and she still follows us today. I don't delete negative comments, because also remember, for the sake of partners and for other NGOs and funding and all of that, one of the things that you have to consider is risk. And, the negative comments might be negative, but they do highlight the risk factor. With every project, your funder is going to ask you, what are the risks connected with this? Because they will want to know what will be damaging to their brand and to their name, and association with you. What does it mean? And it's not a realistic thing to always be showing the good news and the positive side, especially if you're running a community project. So I don't hide the bad stuff, but it's always easy to see something that is malicious versus something that is a genuine concern. So even with those negative comments, I really don't worry, because we don't attract malicious people more than we attract people who are high. For example, I'll give an example. When we first started posting on social media, we were doing a cleanup. I remember this because it's one of the lessons I learned. And one of the pictures I posted were of the kids not wearing gloves. And the downside of the picture was that the kid was wearing a glove on one hand, where he was using to pick up the material, but on the other hand, he was just holding the plastic bag and he wasn't wearing a glove. Not that they weren't supplied with gloves, but those generic plastic gloves tend to break. And in that particular moment, that's another lesson you learn when you're running projects, is that you might capture a nice moment, but that moment tells a very, very, very long story. So working with social media, one has to be aware that it might be a moment, a picture of a moment, but people read so many different things into it. So those are the lessons that we picked up. We've never really had a solid story without any incidents or learning moments. There are always learning moments, and the important thing is to embrace embrace those. So part of what we do now, whenever we will be involving kids in external cleanups, we have a designated person who looks after PPE, something that we took for granted in the beginning. We have someone who, if we're having kids out for an hour, we need to make sure that throughout that hour, our kids are covered with gloves. If the gloves breaks, then the designated person to make sure that we replenish, and just making sure that everything is A-okay for everybody participating.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for talking to us. Quite eye-opening as well for people that use social media, that it's all you at that moment, being in that moment, but you have all kinds of viewers with all kinds of voices, and I'm glad that you call them teachable moments, because that's what they are.
Oh, absolutely. There've been a lot, and I support, I encourage people, especially who are in business and community development, use social media. It's a very, very important tool, but you learn how to use it, and you learn what to avoid in the process.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for talking to us. All the best. And I'm actually following you now as we speak. Thank you, Sia, for talking to us.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this.
And that was Sia Ntsumpa, who is founder of Giving Them Wings. He's also an environmentalist, and we're just focusing on the good that happens online for a change. We are going to take a break in a short while, just in a few minutes. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going into the conversation around there is a global tech industry that is really booming, which is e-commerce online. So Sheila Ditseho is a solution consultant who designs solutions and builds customer support system that create support apps and AI in the form of bots, if you may, to automate these businesses online. If you are like Sia and you have a movement that you are spearheading, please do reach out to us. We would love to hear all about it. We also have a WhatsApp line. You know that. It's +27 832886684. Let's share that number again. +27 832886684.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Et quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter?
Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard?
Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126.
And we will call you back.
So you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So that's who I am,
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views.
Share your opinion.
Engage with a community that values your perspective.
Follow us on our social media.
Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za
and get ready to share your views
on Channel Africa,
the African perspective.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa,
the African perspective.
Tune into the king of songs and blues.
Initiating rage process.
I'm unavailable. They know they see me. 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 my matter, sorry. I'm only human, so make nobody para. Them say I carry woman, she na man way I for carry, fuck all the rumors. I need that when I talk, say I be pastor. If you know, you know, it can walk. If it's not, I got to go, on my IG, changing my life. Oh, how my mama proud in it. She got me going. This fan took all my freedom. Cause I'm a big propeller. Stay for everyone's like you're good jealous, but I did banana. I'm a big propeller. Stay for everyone's like you're good jealous, but I did banana. Cause I'm a big propeller. Stay for everyone's like you're good jealous, but I did banana. I'm a big propeller. Stay for tonight. But the fun, chickity, chickity. I'm on available. They know they see me. I'm unavailable. They know they see me. I'm unavailable. They know they see me. I'm unavailable. They know they see me.
Puleng Molebatsi on Tech Africa as we spotlight the pioneers shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tech Africa on Channel Africa,
The African Perspective.
Tech Africa honors all the force that's pushing Africa's digital transformation every Sunday on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tech Africa on Channel Africa.
The African Perspective.
Seriously Unavailable. It's Davido on that track featuring Musa Keys. It is still Tech Africa this morning. It is 10:44 Central African time, and one last convo in this hour, because there's many more, well, two more in the last hour of the show, and we are going to wrap it up nicely with people that are very well knowledgeable in their field and are very forthcoming in being able to plug you, if you may put it that way. Now, with the global tech industry that is growing and booming, young Africans are at the prime position for remote and international working and learning tech opportunities. However, many don't know where and how to reach these opportunities. I'm now sitting with Sheila Ditseho. She's a solution consultant who designs solutions and builds customer support systems. She creates support apps and AI agents that automate processes so businesses can save time, cut costs, and grow online. Now, on her platform as well, she shares tech tips, career advice, jobs, opportunities, and content that empowers those that follow her. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You are so low. Let's see. Yeah, sound better now.
Do I sound better?
You sound much better. So with the internet and social media information that is more accessible, why do you think so many people are still kind of, don't know how, what do you mean in terms of opportunities?
The reason for this, based on my knowledge, is that I realize that people, firstly, they do not know where to find the opportunities. A lot of people are not on LinkedIn as we see it out there, and people are using the normal platforms like your job boards, like your PNet and other platforms. So people don't know that small companies or any business or company is actually posting a lot of things on LinkedIn, on the feeds, more than on the job search. So people go on LinkedIn and they go through their job search, and instead of going on their feed and looking for these opportunities or connecting and networking with other people. So that is where the gap is. They don't know where to find this information. They are using the organic way of finding these jobs.
Because you're right, back in the day it was about a good CV that you just upload there, and you wait for Peanut to send you that notification or something. Is the tech market getting saturated, or is it just the beginning?
It's just the beginning. It's not getting saturated. So people see me on social media and it's a repetition of my content, and what that does to a human being's mind is like, so many. I've seen 3 people like Sheila, so it means that the tech space is saturated. According to stats, the tech space is not saturated. There are still a lot of opportunities. Companies are still want to fill these roles. So just because we speak about it a lot on your social media like TikTok, it does not mean that it's saturated, because TikTok is not the entire world. Not everyone is on TikTok. So I think that's where the mistake is. People see a lot of this content, and because it's repeating over and over again, then people start thinking, oh, it's saturated. Not a lot of people go out there and study computer science. The rates of graduates that graduate in computer science, IT, anything that is tech related is still very low. So the tech space is definitely not saturated. It's just that there's a lot of content and boot camps that people see on social media, and it makes them believe that the tech space is saturated.
And with the work that you do, what have you found that is the most in demand in terms of work that young people can look out for?
The most that I found that is in demand is software developers, especially if you're a full stack. Companies are looking for someone that can create both front end and back end. You understand how systems work. You can understand databases, and you can build systems as well. So this is what a lot of companies are looking for, is software developers out there, and data analysts as well are also in demand, data scientists. So these are the roles that I feel like a lot of companies are looking out for the most. Yes.
So many people are also looking to pivot into tech, from their current careers, because I think there's just this belief that that's where the money is, or that's where the world is. Is this a good decision?
Yes, it is a great decision. I know a couple of people that pivoted from even finance and went into tech with their current degree. So it is a great idea. And the tech space, working in tech is like there's a little bit of a life. You get to live your life. Most companies can offer jobs that are fully remote. I work fully remote, or hybrid positions, because you can literally work from anywhere. You don't need to be in office all the time to be able to work in tech. So basically, as long as you have your computer with you, it's quite great. So I would say that it's a great idea for people to pivot from any career into tech. It's not a bad idea.
Okay, we're taking a small break. It is 10 minutes before 11 Central African time. Still sitting here with Sheila Ditshego, who is a solutions consultant.
Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mukwenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Her name is Puleng Molebatsi, and she's on Tech Africa.
All right, picking up that conversation in terms of just what to do online and how to surf the web. You don't even surf anymore. I think we are scrolling now. We are scrollers to find the right opportunities. Now, Sheila, before we went to the break, you're talking, as we started our conversation, you were speaking about how people then use LinkedIn, for example. They upload CVs, but they don't know, go onto the actual company and go through the feed. It's crazy because now I don't even go on LinkedIn.
Really?
Hey.
Yeah, a lot of
but I have
people
an account.
Oh, a lot of people do not. And I always tell my community, people that follow me, I'm like, guys, please go on LinkedIn, connect with people, update your LinkedIn. So right now, when you apply for a job and say they see your application, but they go to your you don't have, they search for you on LinkedIn, you're not there. So LinkedIn also works as your digital CV. Basically, what you have on your CV should be they should reflect on your LinkedIn as well.
Yeah.
So I always tell people that you should have they look out, recruiters are looking for to see you, they want to see who you are professionally, right? So not having a LinkedIn account, especially if you want to get into the tech space, is not a great idea, regardless of your qualifications and your CV looking great. You really do need to have a LinkedIn account.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the top online learning platforms where people then can start their tech careers?
So basically Microsoft is something that I always share on my page. I'm like, guys, go on Microsoft, go on Cisco, go on, what's this? Microsoft, Cisco, I had it in my head, but then
it's gonna come find you. Just before we finish, it's gonna find you.
It's Coursera, yes, Coursera also for short courses as well. Those are the platforms where people can go and try to find short courses that can get them started in their tech careers. Secondly, I would say boot camps are the second part, where if you are currently unemployed, you have your qualification but you cannot get any internship, I would say try a boot camp. I did She Codes, which was online, which is
I was thinking, what boot camp? What do you mean boot camp?
So there are tech boot camps that you can go on, and they're going to teach you how to code. Basically, you can have She Codes, like it was teaching me how to create web and apps, and you have your We Think Code. They also have different opportunities there, boot camps, whether it's in software development and other courses. So basically a boot camp is where they get you into the practical sides of tech instead of focusing on, they focus on what you're going to do. So if you want to be a software developer, they will give you the tips and the tools, and you guys can learn from there. So these are, the first step would be, if you cannot get into a boot camp, do short courses, whether it's on Coursera or on Microsoft. Secondly, go on boot camps. Also, learnerships are great. You can get into a learnership. Then some learnerships are even offering opportunities after you're done with the learnership to get into the role. So the goal is, as long as you can get your step in the door. So there are many ways to get into tech, and that's about it.
Okay. And any recommendations in terms of then where they can go after they upskill to find remote jobs, maybe even internationally?
Right now, internationally, I haven't been searching for any internationally, actually, I do know. But this one is a boot camp, right? So if someone is done studying, there is a boot camp called Project Y. They train you and prepare you for like prepare you for jobs, and they also offer stipends and also find opportunities for you outside the country, like Germany. You're gonna work and make sure that the salary is quite good. Once you get the job, they help you find a job while you with them, and once you get the job, then you will pay a small percentage back to help the next students or the next person that is interested in this program. So that's what I know about the international opportunities. In terms of where I find these opportunities, I literally find them on my LinkedIn feed. My LinkedIn feed, the algorithm is I think they find me now, because every time I go on LinkedIn, I see something, immediately I share it with my community, because I notice there's a gap. A lot of people are on TikTok, people don't want to read, so I rather read the information for them and send them to these job boards. So I would say that make sure that you have a LinkedIn account and connect with other people, follow these companies so that you can see these opportunities on your feed, and spend more time. I spend a lot of time on social media, especially LinkedIn, and do not apply for jobs the organic way, where you send in your application and you wait for the company to get back to you. Send in your application, find people in that company, reach out to people and say, I applied for this job, here are my details. Or another thing, have a portfolio. Always have, that's your proof of concept, is your portfolio. Show them what you have done. So that is basically how I can say people should be looking for these opportunities, is like put yourself out there, do more research.
Okay, where can they find you so that they can continue to receive these tips?
They can find me on TikTok. My username is Sheila_the.first. I share a lot of tips, a lot of job opportunities there, so that's where they can find me, and hopefully one day they can come back and be like, hi Sheila, I got a job. Because
they never do.
They do.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sure you get some DMs.
I
to say,
do.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for coming this
Thank you for having me.
All right, that was solution consultant Sheila Ditego, who is a continuous supplier of information. If you can't get her on traditional media platforms like this one, you'll find her on the digital platforms, social media. She'll be sharing those tips. Do follow. But I like what she said about how to use LinkedIn. Now I'm just like lazy. I was just like, why are there so many letters? I mean, not like letters, was like, there's all these paragraphs. Gosh, shorten those paragraphs on LinkedIn, shall you? Okay, so we are done. My English is done. My English data bundles are saying, girl, you need to recharge. So it's fine. I'll recharge my English data bundles while Nosipo is giving us the 11 o'clock news. So that come 11 o'clock, I'm ready with more English. It is Tech Africa. Let's go now to the news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Your headlines: Africa for Palestine welcomes the decision to declare Israel's deputy ambassador to South Africa persona non grata, and SADC says its disaster response team in Mozambique is still struggling to reach communities. Good morning, I'm Nosipo Zuma. Africa for Palestine has welcomed the decision to declare Israel's deputy ambassador to South Africa, Ariel Sidman, persona non grata, saying it was overdue, as they have been calling for the total shutdown of the Israeli embassy in South Africa. On Friday, the Department of International Relations and Cooperation took announce that Sidman is required to leave South Africa within 72 hours. In a statement, DERCO says this decisive measure follows a series of unacceptable violations of diplomatic norms and practices practices which pose a direct challenge to South Africa's sovereignty. These violations include the repeated use of official Israeli social media platforms to launch insulting attacks against President Cyril Ramaphosa and a deliberate failure to inform DECO of purported visits by senior Israeli officials. Africa for Palestine spokesperson is Eli Komape.
It's well overdue. I think it's good riddance. Africa of Palestine has been calling for the closing of the Israeli embassy to begin with, for the expulsion of all diplomatic staff and diplomatic personnel of Israel from this country. We are quite pleased that the fellow has been kicked out of South Africa, but we want more. We want more to be done. We want the South African government to fulfill its commitment and severe and to cut all ties with the apartheid state of Israel.
The Water and Sanitation Department of South Africa has given the assurance that it is working with relevant stakeholders to ensure water safety in areas that recent floods have affected. The South African Medical Research Council has raised concerns over the serious health risks linked to recent flooding in parts of Mpumalanga and Limpopo province. Experts say stagnant water and damaged sanitation infrastructure could lead to waterborne disease. Government has declared a national disaster after severe weather conditions in at least 5 provinces led to floods last month. David Mahloba is the department's deputy minister.
All our departmental officials working with municipalities, our water boards and laboratories in South Africa, we have heightened the issue of water quality testing because it's the most important aspect. But more importantly, all our water treatment works. We've asked all our municipalities as part of standard operating procedures, when they do chemical dosing, especially at the entrance where there is an inflow of water, they need to increase it. They will also have to manage the issues of the chlorination in their system. It is an important precaution.
SADC says its disaster response team in Mozambique is still struggling to reach communities that the recent floods have cut off. More than 600,000 people have been affected in Gaza province, with over 10,000 square kilometers still submerged. Leader of the SADC team, Lesotho's Brigadier General Chere Macheta, says many areas remain inaccessible, making it difficult to assess the extent of the damage.
The ground is still submerged underwater. We cannot actually assess the kind of damage that we want to assess so that we can respond positively. However, the first mission was to save life, which is what we did when what we are continuing to do. We saved them, rescued them from that area, took them to a certain place and started providing humanitarian needs and all the stuff. That is the first bit that we are doing currently.
Morocco has deployed army rescue units to help with the evacuation of thousands of people after floods triggered by torrential rains and rising river levels hit parts of the country's northwest. A national flood follow-up committee says a heavy rainfall combined with water releases from a nearly full dam nearby increased water levels in the Locas River and flooded several neighborhoods in the city of Kasakibar near the capital Rabat. More than 20,000 people had been moved to shelter in camps by Saturday. And finally, the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency in Gaza says at least 30 people, including women and children, have been killed in a wave of Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip on Saturday. The agency says that in one attack, helicopter gunships hit a tent sheltering displaced people in the southern city of Khan Yunis. The BBC's Dan Johnson has more.
People in Gaza described these strikes as the heaviest since Donald Trump announced the second phase of the ceasefire. Blocks of flats and a Hamas police station were hit in Gaza City. Prisoners, police officers and children are among the dead. Further south, 7 members of the same family are reported to have been killed when a helicopter struck the tent they were sheltering in. One man said it felt like war had returned to Gaza. Israel's military says the strikes targeted Hamas leaders after an incident yesterday in which troops spotted 8 gunmen leaving a tunnel in Rafah. 3 were killed and a Hamas commander was arrested.
A recap of your top story. Africa for Palestine has welcomed the decision to declare Israel's deputy ambassador to South Africa, Ariel Sidman, persona non grata, saying it was overdue as they have been calling for the total shutdown of the Israeli ambassador in South Africa. On Friday, the Department of International Relations and Cooperation announced that Sidman is required to leave South Africa within 72 hours. Now, for any stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Nusiposuma.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Coding, creating, transforming tech in Africa. Your Tech Pulse. Log on to www.channelafrica.co.za.
All right, welcome to the last leg of Tech Africa. This morning we are just an hour away from midday, where we are going to make way for planting the seed this midday. So now we are going to have our guests in this last stretch of the show. We're going to get into the comment section. And we're going to get into a fintech conversation. Later, my co-host will be sitting right there to co-host with me. We usually invite our digital creator heavyweights to come and, give this radio thing a shot. Huh? If you think you got what it takes, what's stopping you? You can actually be the next one next weekend. Sitting there and co-hosting with me, just like my co-host for this week right now, Sam Lucky Dube, to usher us into the last hour of the show.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app. Tech Africa on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
She said, boy, oh boy, you bring tears
Tech Africa on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Adia telonge, nabina usabwa munyenge, binyola sibi, lobeni mumusima, sidibi ananika enu anyambe na belemo, tumimbu tumbande, bate ya mo etube, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, mama miyomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, non, non. Maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Hey, hey, elle ne l'a pas vu, non. Et oui, elle n'a pas les maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Binyomena loben, matoi lo tate sosenga, mwendi mumwawe, matete na mulema. Sitimbe ananika eno wanyambe na belemo, tumimbu mitumbande, bate ya mo etube, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, a maman miyomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle n'a pas les maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, maman n'a pas vu, maman n'a pas vu, non, non, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle n'a pas les maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Anyangwa miwo, alabe tomba, na usatondona, omewa uchungwa jemba munango na timbino, nobwe tomba munyenge, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, a maman miyomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle n'a pas les maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh. Maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle n'a pas les maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, oh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, elle ne l'a pas vu, elle est d'abord, oh, ma body, baby.
Puleng Molebatsi on Tech Africa as we spotlight the pioneers shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Yeah, I'm off tour, we should celebrate, dedicate some time for you, baby, it's a date. I can't be late, gotta regulate, cause I hate dirty looks on your pretty face, made back. I pulled up on a shitty day, I told her bring a passport, told her bring a case, fly out for a couple days, we should take a trip away. There's no time like the present, we're getting lit
Say you wanna
today.
link on the low, meet between the sheets on the low, so that no one can see us on the low. Make we just creep it though. I know you want the link on the low. We have to stay discreet, you don't know. And now we're on the street on the low. And if they asking about we, I don't know. We turn nothing to something and say that it's nothing. Stop all the fronting when we both know we're talking. It's Boy, you made me stress, you don't know. Then you send me sweet texts on the low. So now I can't leave you alone. Yeah, might be in too deep. Can't save myself, can I lose it? Feel like we're rendering a service and you give me a tip. Mind going crazy, chasing lucid dreams. Turn nothing to something. Say yes, nothing. Stop all the fronting. But we both know we're talking. It's not up for discussion. We don't do much discussing. So act like there's nothing. When we both know there's something.
I'm off tour, we should celebrate, dedicate some time for you, baby, it's a day I can't be late, gotta regulate cause I hate dirty looks on your pretty face, made back, I pulled up on a shitty day, I told her bring a passport, told her bring a case, fly out for a couple days, we should take a trip away, there's no time like the present, we're getting lit today.
It is 19 minutes past 11 Central African time. Still listening to Tech Africa on the Law with Skepta. But the song belongs to Tiwa Savage. And we also took Ele Na Pavu by Charlotte D. Panda. We started this triple play with victims by the late, great Lucky Dube. We're going to get into the comment section. This is where we usually just look at what's conversational on social media. And today we're looking at the partnership that has happened with Nigerian fintech company Paga, to enable Nigerians receive international payments directly, settle funds in Naira, and gain broader access to things like PayPal. We're going to take a break now.
Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Call us on +27 63 406 9126.
I can see my whole world changing.
And contribute to the conversation. Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
11:21 Central African time. Let us sneak into the comment section. PayPal has partnered with Nigerian fintech company Paga to enable Nigerians to receive international payments directly, settle funds in Naira, and gain broader access to PayPal's global payment network, marking a significant shift after nearly 2 decades of restricted services in the country. The partnership allows Nigerian users to link their PayPal accounts to Paga wallets, receive payments from more than 200 countries, and withdraw funds instantly in Naira. Now, users can also retain balances in foreign currency and spend globally at the merchants that accept PayPal. There has been mixed reactions online about this move. Tech storyteller Bayomi Semudara joins us now to talk to us about this. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you today?
I am well, Bayomi. Thank you so much for making time to talk to us on Tech Africa. Now, Bayomi, Nigeria has been famous for their fintech startups. Tell us about Paga and its influence in Nigeria.
Thank you so much for having me. And if we really want to look at the story of Paga, we have to go back a few years from now, right? And a few years ago, if you wanted to do any transaction, it has to be physical. There was no other alternative than being physical. So that means that you have to go to the bank to get cash, and then maybe go to the market if you want to buy stuff at the market, or if you wanted to pay a craftsman, you had to give them cash physically. There was no other option. There was no transfer. There was nothing, right? And The interesting part was that to get access to these banks, you have to travel, like literally travel. Sometimes the banks can be as far as 30 minutes, 1 hour to your location.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, when you get to the bank, right, they will not have any cash to give you. Or even if they have cash to give you, you still spend like 1 hour, 2 hours to get access to that cash,
Mm.
right? And then there comes Paga, right? So Paga built an agent of mobile banks, right? Where you had physical agents, human agents, where you could go in, give them access to, give them cash, right? And then deposit money into your bank and vice versa. So if you wanted to withdraw money from your bank,
Mm.
you go there also and it can give you then give you cash. So they pretty much reduce the time that it would take for you to get cash. In this case, maybe 2-3 hours where you'd have to go to the bank. And then they turn that into a neighborhood bank where you could just walk into any Paga agent and you get your cash in less than 5 minutes max. Right. So that's what Paga did for the Nigerian ecosystem, where you get access to immediate cash. And fast forward to now, the most used payments method in Nigeria right now is bank transfer. And that's because our banking system has grown so much, our fintech ecosystem has grown so much that you could literally make payments to anyone in like 5 seconds, right? And there's been a lot of players that contributed to this growth, but Paga was obviously one of those that was instrumental in the early beginnings when it was hard to get cash, when everything was still cash dominated. Although there's still a lot of cash activity going on right now, but pretty much everyone accepts bank transfer, and you can make payments in like less than 5 seconds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's literally how Paga started in Nigeria.
Oh. Let me see if
Yeah.
I get this right. So I don't go to a bank, I go to the agent who will
Yes, to get
then
cash.
to get cash. And I could also
Yes.
give them money, then they will deposit it.
Yes, to deposit into your bank account. Yes.
Mm. Okay, so
Yeah, so it's
people,
like an agent of banks, but human now.
yeah. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
people has been used worldwide as an affordable fintech solution. I want to find out more about this week's news on PayPal finally being available in Nigeria through Paga.
Yeah. So Paga, PayPal. Let's start with PayPal. PayPal is obviously one of the big guns in fintech world, where if you're a creator, if you're a business person, you want to be connected to the world, you use them to access global commerce. You can send and receive money, right? But they pretty much kicked us out of that equation, right? They gave us in 2014. They gave us send only, meaning that you can receive with your PayPal, but you
Mm-hmm.
can send money out. And what that effectively meant is that if you're a freelancer or a creator, you can't receive money from your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
From, let's say, the US or UK, for instance, you can't receive money through PayPal, but you can obviously send money, which doesn't really make sense. If you are going to make the service available, why don't you just make it available all through? And the geniuses of Nigerian entrepreneurs, fintech experts went into work and created several solutions that effectively opened up Nigerians to the world, right? So meaning that you do not need PayPal to get access to your foreign clients to receive money, right? And this problem has been solved by a number of fintechs in Nigeria. You have the Flutterwave, you have the Paystack, you have the Clever Bank, you have Raynest, you have Onboard. Like, I could literally list 100 fintechs, right, that have solved this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And at middle of last year, Semaphore made a report. I think there was one event, I think maybe like in Dubai or something, where one of the leads in PayPal mentioned that they would be opening up PayPal to Nigerians and other African countries. And I picked up that news and I shared it with my audience, and it sort of sparked a really interesting conversation where people were like, no, you guys, we don't need you anymore. We already solved this problem. Clever already solved it. Onboard already solved it. Raynest already solved it. And many more other fintechs already solved it. We don't need your solution anymore. And coupled with the fact that even people that had access to PayPal at that time got their accounts literally blocked out, right? So if you receive an inflow, right, they take that inflow and then they permanently block your account. So people had $10,000 stock in PayPal, $2,500 stock in PayPal, $100 stock, like different amount stock in PayPal, and there was no way to access it. So you send your customer service messages, and they'll just dead ignore you and pretty much permanently ban your account. So that has created a bitter experience of Nigerians from PayPal. And fast forward to early this week, they announced the partnership, right? Paga is now making PayPal available to Nigerians, which sort of sparked a lot of interesting conversation. And the way the conversation was framed, or the way the announcement was framed, was that, I mean, Nigerians can now access global commerce, the global freelancing ecosystem, and all of that, which is interesting, right? Because some platforms still do not allow you withdraw without PayPal, or some clients would just strictly want to pay you via PayPal, which is valid, right? So if we are looking at it from that vertical, then it makes sense that this partnership with Paga open up that niche of people that want to only pay with PayPal. But for every other use case, I think the problem has been pretty much solved by amazing fintechs all over the country. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think then there has been mixed reactions about this? Like, also, what are those? Like, what are people saying?
Okay, so I think it's really much more about the fact that they've left us out of the global commerce, like the global economy, for 21 years, right? You are saying Nigerians are this, they are that, and then you kicked us out of your platform for 21 years, and because the economy has grown so much now, right? I mean, Nigerians are freelancers, exporters of services, right? Designers, creators, and all of that. And you now want to tap into the system because you think there's a lot of money. And if you even look at PayPal stock now, it's really nosediving. So they are looking at emerging markets to sort of prop their share value, right? So people are like, no, we don't want, right? When we needed you, you didn't come to us. We're begging, we're literally begging for not us. And even in the announcement, Paga CEO said they had sent a partnership message to PayPal 13 years ago. That's a long time that they could have responded and said, okay, let's do this, right? 13 years ago, you didn't respond, but you think because the market is mature now, you want to now come and tap in. So I think that's what really led to those mixed reaction. And on the other hand, some people have said that, oh, this is strictly business, it's not emotions, right?
Yeah.
If you look at let me just pull this up real quick, right? So Paga has somewhat had a CP reputation. This is what I mean. So in the early days of fintech boom, they were really instrumental to the growth of fintech in Nigeria. And over the years, a lot of other fintechs are eating deep into their markets, right? So you'll have the likes of Money Points that have built a solid agent network, right? That's they released their numbers yesterday. Let me just confirm. They processed about 412 trillion last year alone, which is about I can't get a figure in USD now, but 412 trillion as opposed to 17 trillion that Paga processed. So it means that other fintechs have sort of eat into their markets, and now they are trying to now fight back, right? Look at other untapped areas that they can use to fight back. And Paga has also done a lot for themselves, right? Improving their value over the years. They've introduced a number of other interesting features like virtual cards, cross-border payments, and all of that. So they've now gone from that sleeper reputation to now becoming a fintech to reckon with once again. And this partnership is also sort of a way to also increase their market share. And so if you look at it from that lens of, oh, we're a business, we need to make money, we need to improve our market share, we need to do whatever we can to survive, right? Then it makes sense business-wise to partner with PayPal to expand, because I mean it's a global company. They have the numbers, they have the value to offer. So on that lens, it makes sense. So those are like the two sides of the coin. But the louder voice is the one that says no, we don't want PayPal, we want to boycott them, and also boycott any other fintech that partners with them. Yeah.
Sure. Wow. I also just agree with those that are saying that It's just business. I don't think it's anything personal.
It's not personal. It's business. And I mean, which I also agree with to an extent, right? It's business, right? I mean, no one is forcing you to use Paga or PayPal, right? There are other plenty that you can use. So if there are any business that requires you to use PayPal, just use it, take your money out and keep it moving, right? And again, there are others, many solutions that have been built to solve this problem. So it's just one of the other alternatives that is available to Nigerians now.
Yes, no, I agree with you there. And I just need you to balance me real quick. There's this thing that you keep saying, and I'm like, I think I'm hearing you say it, but I'm not sure if that's what you're saying. What are commerce?
So it's basically transactions, right? When you want to buy something from, say, Alibaba, or you want to buy something from Shein, right? Yeah, so that's what I mean by commerce. So it means
is that slang in Nigeria?
It's pretty much a global language, right? It's commerce. Maybe I'm not pronouncing.
Oh, commerce. I thought you're saying commerce. Like comma. Because I'm like, wait, unless it's like it's referring to money. Oh, you mean commerce? Okay. Okay, I get that. Because I'm like, I don't want to miss anything. If this is what I need to kind of catch on to, that's what I want. Because I heard it the first time, and I heard it. I'm like, wait, I want to hop onto this also. So you meant commerce. Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us on Tech Africa this morning. All right, thank you so much. That was the conversation on our comment section, and we were talking about Paga and PayPal in Nigeria, and we're talking to Bayomi Semundara, and just giving us like what Nigerians are thinking and why this partnership is happening now. It is 11:35 Central African time. We're going to take music now, and this because we're making way for the co-host moment, where my co-host is going to come in and share the responsibility and the load with me. It is Tsogofatso Khoza, a 22-year-old content creator, an aspiring actress, a mom, and a wife.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Channel Africa 1060, 6 decades of stories, voices, and vision.
Matata aga afeli. Matata aga afeli. Rahadi mani malumi tusani. Dilo jaga jamu jola linoga nama. Dinoga nama. Dinoga nama. Dinoga nama. Dinoga nama.
And that's Makazi with Ganama, and it is now just 20 minutes before midday. Midday, we're going to make way for planting the seed. For now, though, we're going to introduce you to... I'm going to introduce you to my co-host. It's Molebatsi Khoza, 22 years old content creator, aspiring actress. She's also a mom and wife, but she's here to also just do this radio thing with me. Let's take a break. On the other side, she must take over.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Puleng Molebatsi on Tech Africa as we spotlight the pioneers shaping the African digital future. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Molebatsi Khoza is, just sitting across from me, a mom, a wife. Not only does she have a passion for the arts, but beauty as well. She's a small nail salon business, and soon she will be getting into makeup as well, with over 136 followers on TikTok at Dramatic Dramatic Tseho. I was like, oh, that would be a nice handle, Dramatic Dramatic Tseho.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, no, but I want to keep that for myself, seeing that it's not yours. Tseho has gained followers and fans on social media through her comedic skills and commentary. Well, what you got for me this morning?
Well, I'm just happy to be here. Very, very excited.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah.
So when do you dial in the comedian?
I don't know. I think it just comes from the experience. Like, I've been a person who loves to impersonate other people, like, from a very young age. I think if I can sit with you maybe for like, I give myself a month, I'd know how to impersonate you for sure.
Oh, in that way.
Yeah, so it comes from that. It's just experience with people, different personalities, and then I'm just like, let me pretend to be them. Like, and it comes from relatability, because people will be like, oh yes, this is exactly how they are. Like, Abu Mama, this is exactly how they are. Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start impersonating people then?
From I think it goes back to primary school. Yeah, primary school most definitely started with the teachers, and then I was a bit of like a class clown. We're there in the back seat when the teacher speaks. I'm just like, yo, Nimzwilati, yeah, cover your books, and then everyone laughs. Yeah.
So, you've got a child, right?
Yes.
What if they impersonate you? What that would be like? So.
You know, actually, I think she's also gonna get into acting, because I see when she's watching Coco Melon and stuff, she likes to impersonate their movements, their mannerisms. You know, she doesn't just like sing; she also does their actions as well. I'm just like, hey, Lana, I think there's a mini me.
Yeah. Both of you are gonna be impersonators.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Jim.
Who have you like kind of abused in that? Like, you know, there's that character that you always go back to, Nje, your default character.
My default character is definitely the older ladies, Abokoko, my aunt.
Is there a specific one?
Specific one? A favorite that they have is definitely the aunt. Definitely Umamkulu. I've gone back a lot to the character of Umamkulu. Yeah, whether it's the Mamkulu that's stingy with Christmas treats, the Mamkulu that is always, you know, body shaming, you know, like Mamkulu that are always focused on negative things. Yeah, so it's sad what we go through, Vele, but I make it in a comedic way. Good. Oh, yeah, we're laughing, but we relate. This is kind of traumatic.
So what has gotten you the following? That part, or what? Like what? Yeah, what propelled you?
So my content creation journey started very long ago. I would say in grade 7 up until grade 10, and then I paused a bit in grade 10. I was just like, you know what? It's not blowing up. It's not happening, because I tried back then with YouTube. So I don't know what was happening. Like, it wasn't giving. I was like, you know what? It's fine. Let me just focus on school. Then this new chapter of Dramatic Tseho started earlier last year in April. Yeah, April. I went viral with my impersonation of Mrs. J on the show Mommy Club. So a lot of people were like, yo, please do this again. Please do this again. I was like, oh my gosh. I showed my husband. I was like, babe, look, they're so happy. They're so impressed. I was like, let me do the other mummies also. So it started last year in April, and I was just like, yeah, this has to push me. I'm going to keep doing this, because really this is what I love to do. Acting is something that I've loved to do like ever since I was a baby. So I was just like, yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna do this. And then as time went on, I was like, ish, now people to impersonate, like, I can't. There's no one else that I can impersonate. I was like, you know what? It's time for a rebrand. And I was like, let me start doing skits, comedic skits, impersonating everyday people, our moms, our uncles, our boyfriends, stuff like that. Yeah.
Is this your husband?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the show. He's over there. You're 22. When did you get married?
Last year in May. He came to Lobola.
Whose idea was it?
You. I would say it was our idea.
Yeah.
But mostly mine.
Ooh, you don't wait for tomorrow.
No, man, I love him. I love him. I was just like,
we are blush.
Let's spend the rest. Ngambona. Yo,
so it was your idea and you said it.
Yeah.
I wonder what you said.
No, we were just sitting, and then
teach us, the old people that would like to get married one day. Teach us.
I feel like if a man wants to marry, he will, man. Like, if he's ready.
Mara, what do I say mean? Like, give me the words that you used so I can try them.
What did I say, baby? I'm gonna.
Do you remember what she said? Kangan. Tell me.
So initially,
come here. Come stand there next to her. How are you gonna? I can't hear you, husband content taking bay.
You're a shame.
Okay, but udule there.
Oh.
Okay, while he grabs a seat.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what you always wanted to do, to get married.
Actually, when I wouldn't say
You must
always.
move there to it. No, you must move there. Come here. Next to your wife.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so initially, Tseho wasn't being fully honest, right?
Uh-huh.
When we met, I was the one who intended to marry her, but she felt like, no, I'm not ready.
She said
I'm
no.
not ready. Yes.
Oh, you said no at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Oh.
She wasn't sure.
How old were you then, Tsara?
Well, I was like 20.
21.
2021. That was when we were talking about marriage. Yeah, I was just like, I feel like I'm too young. Yeah.
Which is valid. If
Yeah.
you felt like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what really prompted us to like go through with it was actually the birth of our daughter. That's when Tseho wasn't having it. She was like, yes, I need to be
Today.
a wife. I'm already a mom.
Today.
Yeah. I just wanted my daughter to be with the both of us, for us to share all the milestones equally, you know, yes. So that we don't have to do the whole, oh, she started walking on the phone. Oh, baby, you missed it. She started talking. I just wanted him to see for himself. So, yeah. And it's been great so far, man. I don't regret it.
How long have you guys been married now?
Now it's like a year.
Yeah, it's almost a year.
Oh, almost, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we've
May, we're going to make a year.
Yeah, we've been together since 2022, so I could say we rushed into
Wait,
it.
what? 2022. I thought
Yeah,
you
that's
were
when we
2026
met,
now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's quite amazing. So, do you share some of this on your page as well? Like your personal life, or you are like a proper skits girl?
No, I also do dab into the behind the scenes. But hey guys, by the way, I'm a real person. Don't just I show them my mom's side, I show them my wife's side. I'm into also cooking because I cook every day, so I'm about to start doing cooking content as well.
How did you learn how to? Have you always known how to cook? Is like do you have to watch
Actually,
YouTube videos?
no. Ngifundela emshadweni.
Ufundiswa ubani?
TikTok, TikTok, there's tutorials.
TikTok.
These days you can learn anything. I believe
Yes.
you can learn anything these days. Shame, there's anything that you search for on the internet. So I'm just like, the other time I made even pizza from scratch. I was so proud of myself. I was like, me. Yeah, so I learn every day because he doesn't like to cook, so he'll just buy the groceries and he's like, dlala lapho wenza lapho uzobona ukuthi wenza njani.
Yo.
So I'm always like, okay, because with my mom, it's hard to, when there's two women in the kitchen. Hayi wena ispice sakho sifake kakhulu. Hayi wena indaba oh ubani uphekele papa. I need to tell her. So she doesn't give me time. So I learned kahle kwami. Good, okay, this is how we actually cook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tsego is loving all of it, and I love it for you. Matsego is here, so can I ask husband to please make way for my colleague?
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna do it over there.
Okay.
That's how versatile she is. So let us hear from her what's coming up on Planting the Seed, so I can continue with the newlyweds after that.
Are we going now?
To you, ma'am.
How are you, darling?
Guy?
Happy new month.
Oh, wait
happy month of lovers.
It's February already, guys. Are we there?
We are here, girl.
Really?
Yes. And we're going to talk about agriculture, as we always do after midday. So what's coming up on the show just after midday, we've got our Agri Stories of Africa. There's a lot to talk about. Rwanda as a thriving agricultural economy. We have an update on the foot and mouth disease, as it's now a pandemic in South Africa. So we've got word from the minister. We are going to be speaking to the CEO of Livestock Wealth, Ntotogo Shezi, to talk about a legal verdict that has come in the favor of Livestock Wealth. And then after 1 p.m., Dr. Mutikita is going to be joining me, and we're going to talk about just some of the challenges that farmers in the Lowveld have been facing since we've seen the flooding in many parts of Limpopo and the greater Mpumalanga region. So we're going to talk about that and also how to overcome those challenges. So I'm very excited for the first show of the month.
Jam-packed show now on Planting the Seed. Matakwe will join you in the next few minutes. Back to the newlyweds. Okay, so I mean, I can't let you come all the way to Auckland Park. I don't know which part of Joburg. How far are you from here? Big is a chance it's your internship as a DJ, you know?
Yes.
Think of it as like a crash internship, quick and fast.
Yeah, it's quick.
It's quick. So there's no TikTok tutorial, unfortunately. We're gonna dive straight into it.
Head first.
Yeah, so we're going to, so what you'll do now, it's Tech Africa and Molebatsi, and the station is Channel Africa. You got those three things, I get.
Okay, we're here in Tech Africa with Puleng.
Molebatsi, Puleng is fine. And then the station is Channel Africa. You
Channel
got that
Africa
right.
Is.
You can even go into your default character and we link us to a break. As long as you include those ones, and then you tell the listeners that we're going to a break.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's up, guys? It's Tech Africa here. We're here with Puleng Molebatsi, and this is Channel Africa. And right now, we're about to go in a break. You'll catch us just now.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mukwenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Tech Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
At Dramatic Tejo is here, my co-host for today, just sharing how they finally decided to get married and how she's learning how to cook, but the skits game. So I hear you getting into makeup and stuff. Are you like that all-rounder type of creator?
Yes, most definitely. So beauty is something that I fell in love with like recently. So I want to get into makeup. I want to get into more nail tech, technicalities. Yes, and just have a whole beauty bunch. Yeah.
And you have a small in a salon already?
Yeah, just for nails though.
Are you doing the nails yourself or someone else?
I just did these ones yesterday also.
Yes.
Okay. I even do house calls all over Johannesburg. So you must hit me up.
That's good. That's very good. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of time. With the time that is remaining, you are on TikTok and YouTube fella.
TikTok it's Dramatic Tejo, YouTube Dramatic Tejo as well, Instagram Dramatic_Tejo, and then Facebook Tejo Koza.
Okay, you're on all the platforms.
Yeah.
So is this what you and your husband do? Like La Bereka together? He's doing your content, BTS. How is that going?
Yeah, I would say sometimes, but most of the time when he's at work, then I just do it all by myself. And then sometimes he'll help me when I'm just like, ish. When he's at home, he'll help me, yes.
Mind who appear is appearing in your videos.
Wa mind baby ngangvezi.
Wa mind.
Yo. Tamele keep well baby kanuvele because now I don't like that whole thing of posting a man with his hand.
No, but like the whole thing.
I want the whole thing.
So
that if he's busy, they're like, nang, nang.
Okay.
So they must tag me and show me.
Who must tag you?
People.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, we saw your man there.
Go guy.
Busy
way.
I'm saying, like, for example, if he's They were, hey,
I don't think he agreed to that. Wow.
I'm just joking.
Don't worry. I think he understands your joke. Okay, thank you so much for visiting us.
Thank you so much for having me. Hey, yo.
What?
Like the last time I was here, I was in primary school. We came here like just to see the whole
the building.
Yes.
You were wearing uniform, walking around.
Probably
walked past me.
Maybe because when I got here, the
children.
studio looked so familiar. I'm like, hey, Mara, I can't say it's the studio.
You were those groups pre-COVID that used to bother us with your noise. They walking around. I wonder what they did with the doors because I don't see them anymore.
Oh, they don't come anymore.
I don't see them. But thank you so much once again. That was my co-host this morning, Tejo, coming all the way from
Enadale
to visit us and to finally co-host Full Circle Moment. You know, from being so short and tiny as, was it high school or primary?
It was primary.
Primary uniform, or to now being a co-host, Full Circle vibes.
Imagine. I can't believe
Look at you.
Serious. Look at me.
So you're just going to tell the listener that we're closing the show and you're going to thank them for listening. That's your last task for today.
Okay, guys. This is Dramatic Tseho. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Tech Africa on Channel Africa with Puleng Molebatsi. See you now. I'll see you later. Bye.
Innovation is the new voice, and it's African. Puleng Molebatsi engages the boldest women, youth, and elders in tech. Every Sunday, 9 to 12, only on Channel Africa.